Hi Cubies, here's Alexandra and welcome to my developer's diary number 1 for my Catacombs Quest board game. Well, here today I show you my first attempt at creating a combat system for a board game. So, what we see here is the dungeon tiles. This is a floor, and we have here our first little hero. It's a dwarf, and here we have a red man guarding this tunnel. And let's assume the dwarf moves up and is attacking this red man, this Skaven. So, let's put that aside and let's see what we have here. These are the basic stat lines I have created. Well, for this game we need several stats. For example, first we have here our little hero. He has close combat value of 3, range attack value of 2, defense value of 5, then we have life points 20, and his basic strength is 3. So then we have here the red man. He is a lot weaker. He has a close combat value of 2, range attack of 1, defense value is 2, life points 10, and his basic strength is 3. So the weapons they are equipped with is here this warrior has an axe, and that gives him +1 strength. And the red man has a spear in his hand. Well, for his strength value, that doesn't give him a bonus, but he is able then to accompany another guy. For example, let's say we have here fighting a Chaos Warrior or Hell Knight or some kind, and he is placed here. Then the Skaven can support him with his spear. But let's take that aside and let's still fight those two warriors here, the Skaven versus the dwarf. So, what does that mean with the values? Well, we come to that in a second. First, you have to see who is attacking. Well, in this round, the dwarf, let's assume he attacked the Skaven. So he is at his combat phase. So then you see what close combat value he has. He has a volume of 3, so he uses 3 dice. Then the red man uses his defense value of 2, so the red man uses 2 dice. So how this works is the following. I grabbed this from a role-playing game called Vampire, and I adapted this for this. So the basic mechanic is you roll your d6, and every 4 plus counts as a success. So for example, here we have rolled, well, let's assume he had rolled 2 successes. Let's say, this, and 1 miss. So then the Skaven would roll also for his defense with the same stat line. So 4 plus is a success. Okay, that means the Skaven had 1 success against 2 successes for the dwarf. So that means the dwarf has 1 success more than the Skaven. That means he hits with 1 hit. So then we look at the strength of the dwarf. He has strength 3, plus his axe makes 4. Then we look at the damage table, the damage dice. So this is here a system I grabbed from Earthdawn. It's also a role-playing game. And the basic thing is the higher the strength of you, the higher is the dice amount that you get. So you start with a die 4 for strength 1. That's a die 4. 4-sided dice. Then die 6, 8, 10, 12, up to 20 for strength 6. From strength 7 on, it starts again. So strength a d20 plus a d4. then d20 plus d6, and so on and so on. You see the pattern? From here on, it is 2d20 plus d4. So that means basically not your overall damage rises, but your damage potential. Even if you have, for example, strength 20 and you roll with 3d20 plus d6, that means basically you can still roll 4 ones and make 4 damage. So, back to the game here. We had now strength 3 plus strength 1 for the X makes strength of 4. So he makes a damage amount of d10. So this here, this is a d10. So we roll it and see 7. So then this red man takes 7 damage. That means he is down to 3. So let's we just keep it in mind. So that means the red man has survived this attack. But let's assume the dwarf had hit with more than 1 success. So for example, the red man had rolled this here and the dwarf had rolled this. That means he hit with 3 successes rather than 2 or even 1. So that means you get 1 success for your basic strength plus your weapon, and then you get an extra strength for each dice that hits more. That is a so-called critical hit. That means his damage output goes from strength 4 to strength 6. So this time he would roll a d20 for damage. And we roll 13. That's above the life points of the Skaven, or the red man, and he will die. Okay. So now let's assume we have a little bit more experienced fighters. So let's turn the page here really quick. And here we have hero number 2. This one here, more experienced fighter. And he is fighting a Hell Knight. This one here. So, those 2 attack. And here we have the basic stat lines for them. I assume they are far more ahead, so this is maybe a level 5 or 6 hero, and also the knight is quite the same amount of experience. So now we see close combat value of the hero is 10, and the defense value of the knight is 15. Here also 15. Range attack is 3, so they don't use bows or crossbows or some of some kind, so they never rose their stat line in that manner. But so here the hero has 14 life points and the Hell Knight 30 life points. His strength from the dwarf is strength 10, Hell Knight is 15, but the dwarf has a magic weapon which gives him strength plus 5. Also the Hell Knight got a quite good axe plus 3. But here the armor, he has a magic armor that gives him defense volume plus 3. And he has a defense volume of plus 5 for his chaotic hellish armor. So let's fight for them. So first of all, oh, I forgot a critical stat line here. The initiative. So, let's say, well, the Chaos Warrior is a little bit faster, I assume, so let's give him a initiative of maybe, well, 10, and the Dwarf maybe 8. Okay. So, and for that we use the same chart than before for the damage rolls. So, that means we roll initiative this time. So he has initiative 8. That means he rolls a d20 plus a d6 for initiative. So there we have a 2 and a 4. So he has initiative 6. And the Hell Knight has d20 plus d10. So that's this amount here. So he has a basic of 13. So the Hell Knight goes first. Then let's see. He has a close combat volume of 8, so he takes 8 dice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's roll them. So what do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. Okay. Then we look at the defense value of the hero. He has a defense value of 15, plus 3 for the armor. That gives him total amount of 18. That's a whole lot. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. I need more dice. 14. 16, 17, 18. So, let's roll it, and we see he will totally negate the attack of the warrior. So he had quite a big amount of successes. That means the Chaos Warrior basically hit nothing. So, now return. The dwarf is attacking. He attacks with close combat value of 10. So 3, 6, 9, 10. So he got 2, 3, 4, 5. That was a 6. 5 successes. And now we roll for the defense of the knight. He has a defense volume also of 15 plus 5. That makes 20. So we got here 5, 10. Let's roll this twice. So even with the first roll, he had basically negated his roll. So for those both fighters, they are not close combat enough to well, to kill each other, but for this instance we need then a second hero. So for example, he is accompanied by him. So in this regard, the close combat value of this those two heroes will add up. So let's assume they are both hero level 2. So we have then 20 close combat attack volume against a 15 defense. So let's see how that goes. 5, 10, 15, 20. So there we have for the dwarves 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 in the hits. So then he rolls for his defense. And he only managed to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that means now the dwarves have hit the Chaos Warrior and will do now damage. And until then he is life point of 30, and they have hit with several big amount of strength plus their own strength. That means those two dwarves are rolling a good amount of dice to kill him. So this is the first little explanation of the close combat, how it works here. I hope you like this. If you have criticism or anything to suggest for me, suggestions for me, then please go ahead. Bear in mind this is still in work in progress here, and I just grabbed this those volumes here right out of my fingertips, so this is nothing carved in stone. This will change eventually. This was just for demonstration purposes how the close combat system might work. So, yeah, for example, here the Skaven Redman could also accompany him with his spear. Otherwise, he would have been like here. So, and if those two fighters are getting hit by him, then the damage would be divided, or anyway, I will figure that out later. But until now, I hope you like this little interview in creating my little board game, and we see us in the next video. You're Alexandra.